All right, another mouse to the channel. This time we have another AJazz. This is AJ390. Welcome back to the channel, guys. You guys know I am a huge fan of different peripherals, keyboards, mice, headphones. I've been reviewing a lot of them in the past over the time. And actually, this is my second AJ or AJazz mouse in my possession. You probably have seen my previous video about maybe 2 years ago. I was very pleased with the one before, but this one has some much better and updated features that I'm sure a lot of you will be interested in and a lot of you will like. So before we go, this one came from through the Amazon purchase program Vine. Obviously all the opinions and all the testing is done by myself. It's not reviewed by anything else after that, and I can give you my honest opinion if this mouse is good for you or you can skip it over. Let's go through the unboxing real quick and we can see what else is inside the box. Looking at outside of the box, we have a picture of the product with some of the outlined features. We have 6 different steps of DPI all the way to 16,000, which is way too fast. We have specialized software. I don't know what they're talking about since I haven't seen any software, but it is what it is. They have a PAW3338 optical sensor, 50,000 hours of life of the buttons, and 5+2 keys. The weight of the mouse is roughly around 70 grams. The length of the cable is about 6 feet. In what I'm seeing, probably around 6 feet, so it's going to be maybe 1.8 meters. Compatible with all kinds of operational systems, obviously Windows, Mac, whatever you want to use it on, it's going to work no problem. Looking inside the box real quick, we find only the mouse, the quick start guide or the user manual, and 4 extra Teflon pads for the bottom of the mouse, which if they wear off, you can replace. That's a great thing to see. Provided by the manufacturer. So I must say, compared to my other mouses, you know, obviously my 2 main gaming mouses is the Mionix Neos right here, 8200. Comfort wise, I really prefer this one because of the way your hand lays on top of it. You have more support for the last 2 fingers for your pinky right here. So it's kind of like a pillow for your hand, and it's a little bit more raised up from the mat. Where the AJazz, it's a little bit lower to the ground, which is for me not ideal position, and it's kind of a smaller, slimmer profile. So again, I'm not sure how well that's going to pan out in a long time when I play, how I'm going to feel. Weight wise, as I mentioned, it's only around 70 grams, so it's kind of light. This is one of the key features here, super light compared to the other ones, which are significantly more weight in them. Obviously this one is my main wireless one. You guys seen it in the previous videos, the Zeronis. Really like that mouse, not only because of the comfort, but the way it feels weight wise and shape. One of the greatest things of this AJazz one is the cable. It's extremely soft. That's one of the greatest things I've ever seen. All of my mice, the one that have cables, are pretty much the same and not as comfortable. Stiff cables, like even the Mionix, considering how much more expensive it is, this cable is a lot heavier, where this one is super soft. You can barely feel it dragging around the mouse. I really like that. On to the modes. So one of the greatest things about this mouse is the different RGB modes. A lot of you guys like that. So all the RGB modes can be changed by pressing this button. So you will see it will circle through different modes. We have solid colors that are changing. We have different breathing modes. We have different blinking modes. So all that creates a really different atmosphere if you're into this kind of stuff. You know, RGB is everywhere now. So I'm assuming a lot of people really like that. For me, it really doesn't matter if it's a good or bad, negative, doesn't matter. For me, it's a good addition. Gives people more options, I guess. But the best thing is you can actually turn it off. So if you cycle through all of them, you're going to go far at the end, and it's off. So RGB is off. The only thing that stays on is the logo that you can see kind of through the honeycomb perforations on the top of the mouse and right here on the wheel. They have this kind of a breathing effect, which ideally I would love to be able to turn off completely, but you can't. So it is what it is. Side buttons as back and forward in normal office mode, and on top we have the DPI change. So by default, the mouse will default on its kind of second DPI level. The highest one is 16,000, which I really don't recommend for anybody, especially if you're gaming. For me, is that third one, which is the blue color. So when you change the DPIs, you'll see how the color changes as well. So the green one is the second level. So for me, third level, which is the blue, works the best. And one of the best options in this mouse, and let me get that camera closer so you can see. Again, with this button here, where you can change the different color modes, you can actually change the game mode. So you'll see we have game in regular mode, so 2 seconds. If you hold it for 2 seconds, you'll see how it blinks inside. That engages the game mode, and in game mode you will see the game footage from PUBG. Actually, the mouse creates multiple clicks, kind of like pre-recorded macros. So if you're sniping, for example, with a sniper rifle that has only single shot, for example, Mini 14, and you don't have automatic, when you click the fire button, it will make multiple shots. So it's kind of a, I don't know, would you consider it cheating? Because it's not really software, it's not anything you're putting extra, it's just the macros that are pre-recorded in the mouse. So automatic shots on sniper rifles that are not supposed to have automatic shots or auto mode. And the other thing is, if you're having problem controlling some of the automatic rifles, for example, Barrel or AK-47, when you engage that, it kind of countermeasures the recoil of the weapon. So you might be able to control it a little bit better. But with my testing and the way I play, I think it's not as helpful with these ones because I already control it very well, and I have kind of getting used to it, dragging my mouse back to control it. Now with this one, sometimes you have to compensate and drag it forward. So if you're already used to it, it's not going to be a big help, but it's definitely a good help with sniper rifles, and it works, as you can see from the footage. So if you want to disengage it, you can click again, hold for 2 seconds the button, and changing between the different modes. Once you engage it, the front one will have faster clicks and the back one will have slower clicks. So in other words, if you click this one in game, your recoil is going to be less, or I guess depending on the weapon, but your weapon is going to move down faster. These are the clicks that the mouse is creating, and the back one, it's going to be a little bit slower. So that depends. And you know, once you click it again, it will go back to the default mode so you can play normally. So it's really up to you what you want to do with this one. For me, it's a good added feature, but not really crucial. I see a lot of companies are making these perforated mouses now, so I don't know what is the really hype here. Maybe the ventilation, because your palm is not going to sweat that much. But at the same time, it makes it really light. If you really like a light mouse with the minimal possible weight, you're definitely going to like this one. For me, I really like a little bit more heft, kind of to feel it in my hand, and so I can move it around the mat and know exactly what's happening, but that's how I'm used to. But with this one, I'll give it a little bit more try and probably do an updated video to let you guys know how it's working on most games. But as of now, it's not bad at all. I mean, this is the size comparison. I'm gonna put them right next to each other with my main ones, and you can see how they look next to each other. Lengthwise, it's pretty much the same, but like I mentioned, the actual height of the mouse and the width is a little bit slimmer. So people with smaller hands, or people that do prefer a claw grip opposed to palm grip, which ideally for more shooting games, you supposed to do claw grip. I still can't teach myself to do this because I'm used to with the palm all the time. but I guess I might have to force myself to do that claw grip. Quality wise, I think the ABS is pretty good. That plastic they have done, and being white, I'm not sure if it's going to stay white for a long time, but luckily they also offer a black version. So if you prefer the black version, get that one. I would definitely, for myself personally, probably get a black version as well. This one being white, maybe if you have a white build that will go along with it, but longevity wise, I think this white is gonna turn pretty dirty when you start playing. So this is another Ajaz mouse. You guys know I have had another one several years back, which I was very pleased with, and this one is the second one that I think they're moving in the right direction. Best features for me is the cable, which the length is about 6 feet, but it's super soft. And the other thing for me is the inclusion of that game switch on the bottom, where you can control the different pre-recorded macros inside the mouse. And obviously the RGB is good, you know, if you're into this kind of stuff. I know a lot of people like that, so it's not bad at all. So with the testing I've done so far, I can say comfort wise, at least for me, it's okay. It's not the best I've seen. Best thing about it is the cable. Very soft, lengthy enough with 6 feet, even has a little hook and loop strap if you want to travel and pack it. It's kind of a gold plated at the end, but that really doesn't matter. I've told you guys that before. It really makes no sense why companies keep doing this gold plated stuff, where the transfer of the data is inside, not outside of the shield. So yeah, the AJ390, would I recommend it? Yeah, absolutely, give it a try. It's not an expensive mouse. Amazon has it for under $40. They run promotions all the time. The price is around $40, but you know, you can normally have like 10% off and stuff like that. So under $40, why not give it a try? For me, I'm definitely gonna do an extensive gaming testing with PUBG, with some more competitive games, to see how I personally am gonna feel. But from my first testing, I like the features. Comfort will take some adjustments, and the travel of the buttons will take some adjustments. Another great thing is the inclusion of these extra 4 Teflon feet for the mouse. So if you wear off your original ones or something happens to them, you can definitely go ahead and switch that around, so you have some backup with no problem. But yeah, Ajaz AJ390, one of those modern day perforated mouses. Give it a try and let me know what you think. I really like the functionality of this mouse, and especially the cable. I'm gonna test it fully in the next couple of months, playing games, and see how I'm gonna adjust to the height and the width of it, and this travel of the keys. See what benefits that game modes will gonna give me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for now. That's it, guys. Subscribe if you're new, hit the thumbs up if you like the video, stay tuned to the channel. I have a ton more coming very, very soon. A lot of hardware to review, a lot of things to talk about. My new HP Omen 30L is coming up. You guys know I've already returned the one with 8 GB of RAM, and I'm gonna do full testing of the new one with a lot more RAM and a lot more RAM options that I'm considering. Already in talks with HP about BIOS and BIOS updates, so we'll see how that's gonna work out. But stay tuned for now, and until next time, guys, you have a wonderful day.